You just get pulled over on the way to this,
Bro,
about them being on.
I was fucking seconds from just shooting everybody down, bro.
Classic.
Yeah, bro. Crazy work.
Yeah, I tried to reach Lex, but I don't know what time he comes around.
I think like late this storm.
Yeah, we could just fill him in after the fact, to be fair.
Yeah.
No biggie. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people taking a hit on numbers where things have been quiet.
Yeah, they have been really quiet.
Yeah, it's like that, man.
To bring you up to speed on my end, I spoke to the mayor, innit, Nino, about like how the cops have been, just because I kind of stay tapped in with him, because a lot of the time he lets like me in on little things that they've got going on, or like it can be kind of helpful with like problems in the PD or that. Like there's a lot of problems between marshals and cops and all sorts. But
Right.
I basically spoke to him and was like saying how TRT is moving like a gang, and there's just this energy going around in the Southside right now where we've all kind of had enough. And he set up a meeting with me and Daisy, the chief of police, and then Peter's the arse chief. I basically went to them and said, like, Nino basically wanted me to tell them what I told Nino. I told him a few bits and I was like, look, this isn't me coming here and complaining and being like, hey, can you fix this issue for me? It's like, I'm telling you, this is like, I'm just making you aware that things can take an ugly turn, like in the coming days with how it's been going and playing out. So I've had that conversation. They was like, yeah, we'll see to it, we'll deal with it. But I don't know if you two have any ideas, but me and Saint spoke briefly about it in prison yesterday. Kind of wanting to make the South Side and just anything south of Olympic just unsafe for cops. Whether that means we all make an agreement where if we see cops in the South Side, we run them out, or we make an agreement where if there's cops and they're by themselves solo, like they get gunned down. I don't know how we'd want to go about doing it, but I think if everyone was on the same page with it, it makes their life a lot more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, bro, I just think they're getting way too fucking comfortable, brother. Like, I think, I mean, a lot of my boys, basically, I talked to my boys about it. And their point of view is like, bro, we just need to warn them to get the fuck out. And if they don't, like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, they don't need to get robbed. They don't need to do all that extra shit, but you're just going to get gunned down if you're just snooping around Southside.
Yeah.
Like, this place used to be dangerous for a reason. You know what I mean? And I feel like they're getting way too comfortable. I just got pulled over, like, coming out of fucking Forum. You know what I mean? Like, that's not something that should be happening.
Not with fucking one unit.
Yeah, exactly.
I think that's not a bad way to run it. It's like if cops are here, you pull up on them, you tell them to get the fuck out of the South Side, and then if they don't, it just goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, the thing with what you do to cops, right, is it's always you do one thing and then they do more, right? Because, I mean, quite simply put, they can afford to do way more than we can afford to do, right? That's just a simple matter of fact. When it comes to wars, when it comes to conflict, the cops normally come out on top, right? But the thing about pressing them, staying on top of them in the South Side, right? So if we end up shooting them down when there's just one unit and they're out here snooping, right? That's all well and good. And then they stop doing that, and then they start patrolling in fucking 3 cars, right? Potentially. Now, other than that, they might, maybe they will learn a lesson this time. But this shit's been tried and done before, right? Now, I think we can do that. But now let's look on it from another angle, right? So you want to pull up on them, pressure them, try and push them out. And then the thing is, you got to think, what do we stand to gain out of this situation, right? They want to be down here. They want to be swinging dick and balls. Dick and balls everywhere, right?
The Diddy party.
These motherfuckers want to come down here and they want to do some shit. Then they better make it worth our time. You know what I mean? Tax them. Not rob them. You tax them. And that don't have to be money. It can also be information. Maybe, we live out here. So you better fucking watch out if you ever see us banging on these fucking streets and leave us be. Because we the ones that hold down the fucking South, right? Because they tell us already Oh shit. Well, hey, listen. If you banging down to the south of the Olympic, this is what Denzel Shiesty said to me. I don't know if he said it to you as well, Saint, but he said to me, if you're banging in the south side, you know, we ain't gonna come at you as hard as if you were out in fucking Vinewood or north of the Olympic
It's
or whatever.
complete bullshit too. Yeah.
Complete bullshit. And then it's always an excuse. We had this exact situation. We were at war with Cyprus, right? We out here just slamming these motherfuckers. We were outside the electronics store. And these cops are just there and they thinking, they just push in. And then afterwards I got Shiesty and they start shooting my boys. The cops do, as my boys is trying to leave. And I'm calling Shiesty afterwards, like, what the fuck was that? And he's like, oh, the mayor and the assistant chief was here, so we had to. I was like, what the fuck do you mean you have to?
Did they completely lie about it?
Excuse.
The amount of times we've been told, stay south, you'll be fine. Makes no difference. I could go have a shootout.
Yeah, I get shot in the back of my
the fucking senior buns, and it's the same response to Southside. Like, you'd be in the
100%.
middle of a shootout, you look to your left to like check on your boy, and there's a cop standing next to you shooting with you, and you're like, bro, what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think that the
Don't
tax
even get me
thing ain't like
fucking
a
started with
bad
that.
angle, but I just think
It's not
the
a bad
problem
angle,
with
but
the
I just
cops, they
don't see what cops will
man.
go for. But I think we're gonna be met with the same response that basically like we're gonna get regardless if we just tell them to get the fuck out. Which is, you know, either they're gonna be like ultra butthurt and fucking get 7 cars to pull up, or like at most they might just fuck with you a little bit and say some dumb shit, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely see it going that way. My angle is, right, you can either just tell them just straight up, get the fuck out, or you can give them the option of basically, what I'm not saying, just to be very fucking clear, is not work with them, get them to work for you. They see you, for example, they see you on the side of the street in the middle of a shootout. Maybe you got a dirty cop, and this dude, you know, maybe you got the dirty cop and he takes your gun off of you, right? And he don't charge you with it. Do you know what I mean? Like that sort of shit. And
I feel
then
like the
that
way
cop
the
is
cops
valid to
are
come in
right
his house.
now, is when if we was to do that, there's probably like 3 cops that would go with that shit. And bro,
Yeah.
if you pull up to a cop and you're like, yo, you need to pay some sort of tax here, you're in the south side, they're reversing, calling 77s, and there's 6 units there. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like the point we're at, like that is almost good if we were 2 steps back. But I think there's the way they've escalated, like we're kind of already at a point where it's a lot of these things have been tried, like individually. Like I know we've tried a few things to send a message to stop them coming and doing the stuff they're doing, but it just doesn't really work. Whereas if the south side in general is dangerous rather than just our specific turf. So I'm talking like, say for example, the Saints are all asleep. I got my people round. We see cops snooping on some of your pushers. Like we pull up to them and we will pressure them because we see them doing it. Like we might not be around. You guys pull up on them while they're snooping around Grove. Like even maybe you have like a key word, like someone twats, like we could twat sign out if we see cops in the area. You twat it out.
Yeah, we got Shark up in Chumash. You ever see Shark on Twitter? That
No, but that's a good thing to do for the south side as well. Then just have like a key
100%.
word so that we all know, like, all right, there's cops in the south.
Yeah, at least watch out a little bit. But yeah, I don't know, bro. I mean, honestly, to me, bro, the only way I see anything really changing is if they start seeing that half their PD's been admitted into ICU, and now they can't fucking patrol with their best friend anymore, and they're fucking sitting there staring at corpses. Like,
it needs to be dangerous, bro. Honestly, that is it. Like, you got to think about what they use on a day-to-day basis the most. Mosley's, that repair spot opposite Strawberry and Strawberry Gas. All 3 of those things that they use are within the south side. Like, I think we need to make them realize that if they piss people off in the south side, a lot of the stuff that they rely on daily is hard to access. Like, if we see a cop solo at that repair shop, that might be where you employ the tax and be like, hey, if you're going to come to this repair shop, you're paying them already, chuck us a little bit of money, and then we leave them be, or that type of situation. But if I see a cop solo at the gas station, I'm pulling up, telling them to go fuel elsewhere, and if they don't, then smoking them.
I feel that. I think
I
can make the call to Rizzo. I can make the call to Rizzo to try and get that sorted out, because I think it's him that runs the shop. You know, Frank?
Yeah.
Runs the mechanic. I've been pretty cool with Frank. Frank's a cool dude. We can probably make that call to him and get him involved in making sure that either the cops just straight up they cannot repair in the South Side, just like we lock down Mosley's and we lock down Frank's shop, and we just say nah, we're not having no cops repairing their fucking cars in the South, right?
You think you'd be on board with that? Because I feel like that would be a pretty good way of.
That'd be a good start.
That's like
I
a
think
good
he would.
start to pull some shit away from them that they rely on.
Yeah, he might need some kickback because they're probably regular customers if they do come back, but.
I mean, we can like. I'm always happy to settle the score with him financially if he needs a little bit of money to compensate for it.
Yeah, that's not an issue.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? And so that's an option. And then Mosley's is gonna be a little bit more tough because I don't know any of the mechanics in there, and they're quite a rotation. Do you guys know any of the guys that work there or not?
Nah, not really.
Mosley's, is that what you said?
Yeah.
No, not really, bro.
I feel like Mosley's would have to be more of a, if you see a cop in there getting a repair, we pull up on them,
you
tell
take
them
it
to
on your
leave,
own.
and it's like dealt with that way.
Yeah.
For sure.
But I
So
mean,
then-
if that other guy's
I mean,
willing
there's
to
certain
cut 'em
boundaries
off-
that we do have to set, right? Because like, there's also like the hospital is a big problem, right?
Of
'Cause
course,
that's
yeah.
technically
I don't
part of
see that as
Southside.
the South Side for this whole thing, to be fair.
Yeah, I think that is pretty much like a divide in a sense. I kind of see it as like part of like basically the border.
Yeah, I feel like anything below innocence.
Yeah, I get
Because
you.
I even like, I don't know if you man have got a good relationship with ADMC, but I don't really have much communication with them. So like, I don't see them being involved in this type of shit. But
Yeah, no, I've
Yeah, I don't really
heard
see
they
him
don't like
that.
me much.
no, I mean, yeah, we don't really have the best relationship. No one really offers each other anything. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we could cut that whole corner out and it just be, like the fucking
Yeah, for them to deal with.
underneath innocence, whatever they deal with over there, that's on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I talked a little bit to Lex last night after you were gone, SK,
Yeah.
and he's down to do about anything, brother. So I think that's not going to be an issue. He's been struggling with like mad fucking police.
They're a big one as well. Like, with respect, like I feel like Vargos is a bit more passive, right? So I feel like they fall victim to it quite a lot,
Right.
Yep.
which is kind of just crazy. They know that Vargos ain't the type to go out on the streets and do like going after the cops as much.
Yeah. And
So they just go in
Crazy
there
shit.
and fucking get on their block constantly.
I wonder what the Vagos is missing for like, because I've seen the same shit, right? So I'm wondering what they missing to make them not want to do that. I wonder if it's money or guns or like maybe
The
maybe
Vagos?
yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I'm pretty good with Lex. Like we have a decent relationship. I think to them they're playing the long game. You know what I mean? To them they're just kind of holding on to whatever the fuck they can until eventually they can genuinely like be on their feet. You know what I mean? I don't think it's a bad like way of doing it. The problem is that it's building so many problems for the rest of us when you're not really like doing shit like that.
Yeah.
Because like now cops are way too comfortable wherever the fuck they go. And we need them to feel the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they don't
Yeah.
need to send out like a group of hitters and wipe the cops, to be fair. It's just any sort of like resistance to there being police in the area is better than like what we're at right now.
Even if they just stand their ground and talk some shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not there to see like exactly how the fuck they handle that kind of shit. I just know that like my boys, as soon as we see a cop, usually there's like 4 cars around them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what it needs to be in the South.
Yeah.
I feel like if we just apply that same energy, like whenever the ballers are down here as well, if the ballers are down here and they see cops in the South Side, like pull up on that car, put hella cars around them, like intimidate them, be like, yo, what you doing here? Get the fuck out of the South Side.
Yeah.
And then if they're moving crazy, deal with it how you want to deal with it.
Yeah, I fuck with this energy for real. I've been on making the streets a little bit more fucking tough. People are just soft right now, dog. Like, we caught somebody completely unrelated. We caught someone lacking doing Gruber. There was 4 of them. They had $200,000 just between 4 of them. No way to defend themselves.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Like, people are just soft as fuck.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
and then they were like confused. One of them called me and they were like, Andre, we're neighbors. I'm like, Remedy, womp womp, motherfucker. Like, what you want me to do? Just give it you back for free? Like, what?
Yeah, no. No. Yeah,
Started
it's
threatening my
the
Irish
mentality
demon.
all around is like, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like we've all gone kind of soft. I think like everybody's like scared to deal with cops because the fines are so fucking big. I think we just need to stop giving a little bit less of a fuck.
100%.
Let's be real. I mean, at least like all three of us right here, I can probably say pretty certainly we have money, we have guns. Like, you know what I mean? If that's what it takes to fucking put a little bit more respect on the South Side, then that's what it will take. You know what I mean?
I think hit and dips is the move as well. It don't even need to be no fucking big head-to-head PD WAP shootouts. Like, just needs to be the ones that aren't expecting shit to happen to them, going about their day. Pick them off and move. Obviously, if they're doing like big pushes and stuff, it goes how it goes. But
yeah.
Yeah,
and I'm not even. I like the thing is like I'm less mad about the big pushes than I am about like the one or two dudes just creeping around thinking that like shit's sweet.
Yeah, we're on the same page with that. At
like
least they're giving you the
pictures and
respect of
shit.
knowing that you
Yeah.
are gonna do shit and they need the units to push. Like,
Exactly. Like that's how I want it to be. Like you better come fucking prepared if you're trying to do something.
yeah. Well, we need a code word.
So, I don't know. Andre, you got something?
Womp womp.
Womp
Womp
womp.
Womp womp.
Womp would be kind of funny.
You see womp womp on Twitter, you know they're in the area.
You see womp womp on Twitter, it's time to womp womp on some fucking cops.
Uh-huh.
I fuck with it.
Yeah. And then the guy who owns the garage, I think that's like a big start.
Yeah, that's big.
If we could get him to agree to cut off cop repairs in the South Side, that would low-key be wild.
Yeah, I think I can probably make that happen. Yeah.
Tell him if money's like the issue, then you know. Like,
If money's
can
the
be
issue,
sorted.
it's not an issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll sort him out.
Yeah. And then and I don't know how you guys are getting like responses lately, but I just got told literally today they pulled down our turf with fucking blacked out gauntlets, drones, and Air One as well.
Jesus fucking Christ, right?
Yeah, them drones have been... So I spoke to Nino about that, right? So these marshals who have access are the ones that have access to drones and like these big guns and fucking all this crazy shit, right? They're supposed to be like their own entity that looks over the cops and is involved on big scale operations. But what's happening is they just don't give a fuck. They're bored. They go hop in a car with a random fucking officer. And then the officer's like, right, we're going to go do a drug bust now. You want to come? And they're like, yeah, cool. Let me get my drone. Like, they're not supposed to be involved in these like drug operations. They're supposed to be in these like big RICO cases and shit.
I mean, there's that, right? But they're also oversight on the cops. They're supposed to police the police, right? That's what
Yup.
Nino was saying. And yet, I don't know. Were either of you with this? What was it?
Public statement thing he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, about Angel up in the fines and shit, or
About Angel telling him that he has control of the fines, and then when he changed them, then she was like, nah, not like that, dog.
yeah, and then changed them herself and made them all inflated.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and if that's the person that's both, he said she's a justice too.
The worst thing about her is you could make a lawsuit, right, against the marshal, and she could then be the judge on that case.
Nah, surely she's conflicted. Nah, surely that can't.
She's
happen.
Chief Justice.
Fuck, you're right.
Yeah.
She makes the rules.
She literally is the creator of the rules.
She is the judge, jury, and the executioner.
Yeah, and she's, as far as
She
Nino has
would be the one
expressed
to
to
handle
me.
capital punishment. She actually is the executioner as well.
Yeah, she, as far as I'm aware, Nino has said that she's done so many things to make sure that he can be on strings. Like, he can't. The mayor has no control. He's saying the next person that comes in, like, it's pointless even electing a mayor because they can't do shit. Like, they had no control over nothing.
I don't know, bro. I just like. I'm not gonna lie. I barely pay attention to that shit. The legislation, the whatever, like all that shit. You know what I mean? Because it's like, it just gets to be too fucking much, and it honestly is disgusting most of the time. Like you just see that we just are getting fucked over more and more and more. But it's sad when a mayor, right, which is supposed to like, he's still supposed to be like, with PD and shit, because like, at the end of the day, we're breaking the law. Like I get that part, you know what I mean? And he's agreeing with us, like,
Bro, he asked to be at this meeting.
yeah,
Like he's trying to be at the meeting where we coordinate what we're gonna do to stop him like moving crazy in the Southside. Like he's well and truly over it.
Yeah, this is different to Max, to say the fucking least.
yeah.
I remember when I was back at over pushing in Porter, we had fucking the mayor rolling down with the cops with a gun out and a fucking LSPD badge on. And now we got Nino. Thank fucking Lord.
Yeah. He's different. I feel like the mayors have always been the same though. They never fully have control over anything.
I don't know. The last one, I felt like did pretty much whatever the fuck he wanted. No.
He seemed to have control.
True. Yeah, he somehow had the reins.
But like too much.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The
and
same way
play
as,
in our favor either.
Yeah, in the same way as this angel. Top of all the judges, and also top of the police, but also just lets the police of the police be police.
People apply to be marshals. They get access to better firearms, better vehicles, and they just do the exact same thing the cops do. Like you could become a marshal
don't do anything else.
and go to you could go to a drug sting as a marshal with a one-tap fucking revolver.
Have you shot it?
I got shot by it this morning. It's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah, it is.
I got hit in the shoulder. I was feeling perfectly fine. I hit the deck off one bullet.
What the fuck?
That thing is wild, bro.
God damn.
Yeah, I could shoot you with that shit in the shoulder, Andre, and you'd like fold in half. It's like.
I don't know.
You think you can take it?
Yeah. I'm maybe you. Maybe
okay.
you.
Yeah. Okay, that's what it is.
No, that shit hurt. I ain't even gonna cap.
Nah, yeah, I bet.
I've been shot by it. It's bad.
Yeah, fuck that.
Say less then.
So what we're saying is, if we see a marshal, then just there first.
Sure, yeah, bro. I mean, you get the fine for the gun is 150k, but low key 150k to like is how much you're paying for a one-tap revolver. It's kind of it ain't that crazy,
bro. With it. You ain't catching me with it, dog.
Problem with that is the ammo, isn't it?
Yeah.
You had access to that. It's a different story.
Oh yeah.
So we're doing womp as the keyword. You can have a sit down with that Frank then, yeah, and then let us know how that goes, Andre.
Yeah, for sure. I can make the call right now.
And then in general, we'll just on all of our sides, we'll up the pressure when it comes to cops in the area and just
for sure. Do you want to try to reach out to Lex later, or do you want me to?
If you're gonna be around and you see him, yeah, just tap in with him and just let him know.
Right. Cool.
Yeah.
And then I'll let you know what he says.
Sweet. Yeah, we'll stay in I feel like it's better. We should stay in closer contact than we have prior. Like I'm down to come link up and just fucking talk things Southside when needed.
100%. I should make the rest of our operations a little bit easier.
Yes, sir. I'm an enemy in that. All right, then, boys. 100%. Well, we'll get back to the bullshit of our daily shit.
Yeah. I'll talk to my boys and
I'll
be very happy. They'll be very happy about the.
Good.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds